Okay guys, so I'm getting ready to paint my first round. So I'm getting ready to paint my first round. Basically all I'm doing this round is the stuff that once the pickup's assembled is difficult to paint. So like the firewall, the underside, basically everything in the engine bay, then the back of the cab, in the front of the pickup box. I mix up a batch of epoxy primer, just a small one to come in, so I can do some touch-ups on stuff like this where the metal's coming through. This is from welding on it after it's already been in primer. Put this on, or welded in my plate for covering up the holes all the way around. I still got to do the sides obviously, but the front has to be done now because of, well, this stuff. The other sides doesn't come out because it's the external sheet, so when I weld that it won't leave marks. So yeah, we're just about ready. Got to wipe everything down with wax and grease remover yet. I did spray it down and give it a quick wipe down to get the majority of this stuff off. Alright, so obviously my first step is going to be spraying the epoxy, just touching up the spots that I sanded too far and got some metal showing through. Once that's done, come in with full base, and this is like lime rock green metallic, like the Corvettes have, or like my 2014 half-ton was. It's that nice metallic dark green. So we'll be spraying 2 or 3 coats of this, depending on how the coverage goes. Once I get done with my final coat, I come back and I just lightly mist on the top coat to get the metallic to lay right. Hopefully everything goes well. Never sprayed metallic before, but anyways, once that's done, I think I gotta wait 15 minutes or so, then I can come in and do the clear coat on top of it. Okay, so it's the day after spraying the, putting down the paint. Overall, I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. A little bit of mess ups, you can see I got runs in there. The rest of it turned out pretty good. Pretty happy with how it all turned out. There is a little bit of splotchiness to it that I'll have to figure out when I go to spray the rest of it. When I was spraying the fan pattern on the gun, it was pretty heavy in the middle and really light on the outer edges. I'm gonna try and figure out a way to get that a little more even, so when I'm doing it, it's spread out a little better. And try to avoid the striping effect. See if I can. It's kind of hard to pick up on camera, but this light's supposed to replicate what it would look like in the sunlight. You can kind of see, here's a spot. Oh, you can kind of see some stripes in there. I think I probably should have done one more coat. I'm going to have to get more paint, because I don't think I have enough to do everything after doing this and how much I use to get good coverage. Firewall turned out pretty good, other than a little bit down. Didn't get very good coverage down there, but that's getting covered up with a firewall heat shield, so this is good enough for where it's at. Alright, so I decided to put a door on and hang the fender just because I wanted to see what it's going to look like with everything mostly one color for once. Anyways, next I'm going to end up coming in and sanding all of this again. And I'll be painting the interior and the door jambs, the inside of the doors next go around. Once all that's done, I can fully assemble it, finish blocking and sanding everything, then I'll spray everything all at once. At least that's the plan. Get it all taped off and spray it. But like I said, I had to hang the fender and the door just to see what it was going to look like. Then I got a jack in the back right now to get an idea of how it's going to sit. So I ordered new leaf spring U-bolts today, so I can run I got a set of 2-inch blocks I'm going to put in the rear for now. But yeah, this should be roughly how it's going to sit. So getting everything bolted up, I painted the intercooler and the top of the radiator portion that you'll be able to see, just because I never like being able to see stuff behind the grill. And on this one you're going to have those 2 big wide open slots on the grill, so you'll see all of this. So just decided to black all this out to keep it nice and clean. Got the fan installed. This is, let's see. This is about where we'll be sitting once it's all bolted together. Right now it's just hanging off of the mounts. It's not bolted to the fenders yet. Then once I get everything bolted up, I'll be able to figure out intercooler piping. I haven't decided if I'm going to try and build something from scratch or if I just want to modify what I have. So honestly, could just take and cut right here and shorten this and weld it back together, and I think this factory pipe will work just fine. On the driver's side, I'm not so sure if it's going to work. It might interfere with the steering once I get that all hooked up in here. But okay, so driver's side intercooler piping would sit in there something like this, and I think, obviously the wiring harness would be ran on top of it. I think I can get away with just reclocking the way the rubber boot sits on it. I'm not 100% sure about the clearance between for the steering shaft yet. So I'll determine what I got to do on this side. Worst case scenario, I figure I just got to take and cut somewhere in this area and rotate it. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you want to follow along with the build, please like and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching.